What's going on? What's going on? YouTube. I don't even think y'all can see my face. Put this seatbelt on right quick. Can you see my face? Hold on. There you go. Now you can see my face. Alright. Y'all know what time it is, what day it is. It is SS Fridays. Shop stories. Goddamn. So today, y'all gonna get ready for this story. This story right here is something out of the gangster chronicles. This shit only happens in the movies. But I feel I need to tell or share it to my family and friends out in D.lux land. Yeah, it's raining out here. Excuse my wipers. But I feel I need to share this with y'all. So y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a little chance to go get y'all popcorn and get you some snacks. Cause it's about to go down. I'm about to pull up at the gas station. You know I gotta get my drink of champions. Cause if you choose to skip it, go get you a motherfucking rip it. And that's what I'm about to do. Cause I chose to skip breakfast. So I'm about to run in here and get me a rip it. I'll be right back. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back. Had to adjust the camera angle. You know I'm going through this long road. Alright, about to start this story. So, let's take it back. Way back. So we taking this back to about, I want to say about 2000, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. My shop was already popping. I was popping good in the hood. I probably had 3 or 4 shops in every hood in the city. North side, west side, south side, east side, every side. Rip it. But yeah, I had a shop in every hood, so I was good all over the city. So, you know, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's kind of segregated. So, unless you on the north side where the black people at, or the east side where the black people at, northwest, south side is Puerto Rican, Mexican. So, unless you where the black people at, you have no opportunity to do nothing. So, you got to settle for the bullshit areas, the bullshit shops, the fucked up buildings, all that. So, I was tired of having, the mediocre buildings, because, you got to secure them, you got to guard your stuff and whatever. So, me having a Jamaican background, my mother being Jamaican, and me going to like Jamaican parties and shit, like fresh out of high school and stuff like that. I knew a lot of Jamaican dudes, Africans, whatever. So, I knew this guy named Kingston. So Kingston, African dude from Nigeria. So he was a cool dude. And they got a whole different work ethic than we have. So they have good credit, nice cars and all that stuff, because they're different than the average blacks. So he was like, yeah, man, I want to invest some money, and in a shop or something, help you out. Me and my brother, well, my friend, Mohammed. So, Mohammed, he was another African, but he was from Liberia. Now, he was a real, true African. He was one of them, he was about 6 feet 2, maybe. He had the red eyes, little beady red eyes and shit. And his daddy was a diplomat. So, he thought he was like above the law. Anyway, he's addressing back then he's addressing the different colorful suits and stuff he had a big ass gold, I want to say Cuban link, but it was flat. So it wasn't as thick as a Cuban link, but it was that same type of link necklace. He had one of them link necklaces with a big ass bulldog in the middle. So he had a little money, and he thought he was like I won't say drug lord, because he didn't sell drugs, but he had that fictional movie type of African drug lord look, and he thought he was tough. And then Kingston, he was a little short dude, And he made a lot of money by selling weed and stuff, and he used to send his money back to Africa and flip it. So we really got cool because we had the same type of cars. Because I had, like I said before, I had an Acura Legend, and he had an Acura Legend, and he used to buy them, and he used to send them back to Africa. $500, put them in a shipping container, send them back to Africa, and you can sell them to African people in Africa for like an average for $20,000-$30,000 more than what they worth. So he had a Chameleon Acura too. So he took his and shipped it back to Africa, and sold it to one of the African soccer players. So that turned him into an instant celebrity because they don't have cars like that over there. But anyway, back to the story. So these guys had credit. So I was like, okay, I can use them for credit, basically using their signature for me to lease a building that was better than the one I had. So that was the plan. So we found a nice building on the main street, and I used them to go in. They signed the papers. We paid the rent and deposit. We got the building. So I got a nice shop now, paint booth in there, everything. Everything's all good. It's all white inside. It's all good. So first two weeks, we popping. I'm talking about the Muhammad dude. He was a good salesman. I let him work the front. Kingston was just a runner. He go get the materials. Muhammad worked the front. He was a salesman. And I was in the back, me and my cousin in the back, and we was doing the work. So basically it was still my shop. I just let them do the miscellaneous shit. So anyway, we getting a lot of business, a whole lot of business. I'm talking about we is popping. He's upcharging everything. So normally, back then I was doing interiors for $1,000, $1,200. So he was charging $3,000 and better. So we was making a hell of a profit. So after weeks of working, couple weeks of working, we making a lot of money and stuff. And he started getting too comfortable in the front. So one time I went out to eat, and I came back, and there was some customers in the front. He was like, yeah, these are my workers right here. They was on lunch break, but I'm glad they finally back. And I looked at him, I said, who you talking about? He was like, you, go back to work, boy. Your lunch break is over. And I looked at him like, who the hell do you think he talking to? So I let it slide. I started laughing. I laughed it off and went on back in the back, because I don't like being in the front. I don't like really talking to people. So I go back in the back. He in the front, running this gang. He get to sell, whatever. It's all good. So I'm doing the books and everything. I'm looking like, dang, we making all this money, but this money ain't adding up right. So me being suspicious of everybody, I hire an accountant that was a close friend of mine, a girl. So she go in, look at all the books, and she like, they taking too much percentage. They shouldn't even get that much percentage. You should get 60, they should get 20, and the other one should get 20. That's it. So I was like, yeah, that's right. But I was trying to split it up fair, but I was like, yeah, that's right. So I bring it to them. We all sit down. So dude gets so mad because I guess in their country, the women don't have no say-so in nothing. So he's like, you can't tell me what to do. You're a woman. Women tell me nothing. You need to shut up. Go back to a woman's place. You need to shut up. So after all that, all hell broke loose. So he didn't want to split the money up that way. He thinking he got more rights to it. Now, back then, my shop was called Mo Better Interiors. So this fool actually thought that the Mo in Mo Better Interiors stands for Mohammed. So he actually tried to take my name. So he was like, this is Mo Better Interior. This is my shop. Now knowing I had this shop for probably like 5 years already when that happened. So he gonna try to tell me that he's taking the name of the shop. So I was just laughing like, man, get out of here with that old crazy shit. So time go on, we do more and more jobs, and I let shit slide. But he started getting more comfortable, trying to be more possessive of my shop. Not knowing that everything in this shop is mine. He don't got nothing in there. Everything's mine. All he got is a key. So one day, my cousin's at work. You know, he can come to the shop. I don't got to be there because I'm the boss. I'm the real boss. I come when I get ready to come. So my cousin called me. He was like, man, Mohammed is in here talking about he finna take all the stuff and move out this building. I'm like, move out of what? He said, yeah, he's gonna move out the building. So my other friend at the time, Jawan, he called me too. He was like, man, Mohammed packing your stuff up finna leave. So I get mad. I'm like, this. I know he ain't trying to steal my stuff. So I go to the crib, grab the strap, go up to the shop. Now I got a work van. I'm driving my work van at the time. I got a work van. I pull up in front of the shop in the work van. I jump out the truck. I come inside. Me and my cub. So I come inside the shop. He in there packing, like you said, packing my stuff up. I see extension cords wound up, materials gathered up, sewing machines and stuff took off the bases, off the tables, sitting up. I'm like, dang. So I said, man, what you doing? He said, boy, this is my shop. I'm closing shop down. I said, what? So I do just like they do in the movies. Take the pistol out of my waist, I cock it, I set it down on the table. I'm like, so what you gonna do now? I dare you to touch another item of mine. At that point in time, this fool grabbed his phone and called 911. When he called 911, I grabbed a gun. I pointed at him at this point in time. He started praying to God in African. He started saying, so he started running around in circles. He's still on 911. So I'm like, I don't care if you call 911 because you trying to steal my property. So as he's talking to 911, he's telling them I got him hostage. So when he said hostage situation and a gun is being mentioned, I knew, especially in Milwaukee, that they is coming full force. So I say, well, you better leave everything in this shop. If I come back and have to find anything of my stuff gone, we're gonna have some problems. Now I left all my tools in the shop, and I had a Suburban, freshly painted Suburban that was sitting in the corner of the shop and that I was working on. So I left the Suburban there and I left. So I'm driving away and I'm thinking like, dang, what I'm gonna do now? So I go to the crib. Now, at that time I had a 96 Impala. So I had an Impala that was in my garage at my house that they never knew I even had. Because I had just got it painted and put the wheels on. It was just in the garage, just chilling. So I parked the van. I jump in my Impala. So I smash out in the Impala. So I'm like 2 blocks away from my house now. So then at the time, my girlfriend called me. And she was like, they here. And I'm like, who? She was like, the police. So I'm like 2 blocks away. So I cut the corner, come back around. And I'm like across the street from my house at this time. And there's the house that used to be there had burnt down. So there's an open field there. So I'm in the alley. I'm in my car. I'm just sitting in the car like they have in the movies. I'm sitting there looking at my house. They got the whole SWAT team, the police force, whoever that is, in front of my house. They got people laying on the grass. They got everything. And the lady, or the man, I don't know if it's a lady or a man, she got the megaphone thing saying, come out the house with your hands up. So I'm not even in the house. So I'm on the phone with my girl. She was like, they here. So then, I guess I don't know if they had a hostage negotiator or whoever the hell this man was. So she give him the phone. He was like, well, turn yourself in. I'm like, turn myself in? I said, but I'm not turning myself. I'm not coming to my house and y'all shoot me in front of my kids or whatever you gonna do. Nah, I ain't coming. I'll turn myself in at the police station. So at that point in time, I'm officially on the run. So they don't know I'm right across the street looking at them. So I pull off in the car and I'm driving. So I call my pops. I'm like, man, I told him what happened. I said, police is after me right now. I need you to drop me off at the police station. So what I do is I drive my car. Now nobody even know. I'm driving this car. I'm riding on the side of the police. Don't nobody even know about this car. So I drive to my parents' house. My parents stay out in the suburbs. So that's like Nothing happens out there. So I drive to my parents' house. I park my car in the driveway. Go in, Pops pick me up. He's like, boy, you always getting some stuff. I'm like, man, they trying to extort me. I said, but I ain't having it. So he's like, boy, you always doing something. So anyway, I tell him to take me down to the police station. So he drive me to the police station. We have our talk, father-son talk. I said, it's gonna be all right. Just go on there and turn yourself in. So I get in there. As soon as I get in the door, you know, this is like one of those little small police stations like you see on TV. So I pull up, go inside. I tell them I'm here to turn myself in. And my name. I tell them my name. As soon as I tell them my name, they grab me. So they got me up in the air like this. They handcuff me and they throw me in jail. Charge me with it wasn't terroristic threats. It was some kind of other charge. Something with a firearm and some other mess, but they didn't have the gun, and it was their word against mine, whatever. But anyway, they put me in jail. My bail was $3,000. All right, so I bail out $3,000. So, well, yeah, I bail out. So I gotta go to court. So I go to court. This is the next day. I bail out that night. The next day I go to court. I should have just stayed in jail and got OR. So I go to court. The judge tell me that he put a restraining order on me at my own shop. I can't go back to my own shop. So if I have any contact with the guy, they're gonna send me back to jail. So I'm like, how can I have a no contact order or a restraining order against me at my own shop? And the judge said, well, he put the restraining order out on you. You can't go back up there. Fine. So I get out. I call this fool. I'm like, man, I need to come up there and get my stuff out of there and get my truck. This fool called the police on me. The police come right to my house and lock me up. I'm like, what the hell you locking me up for now? Because you violated your restraining order. You don't supposed to have no contact or verbal contact with this person, and you did. You called them, you told them you want your truck, and so you violated your restraining order, so you're going to jail. Now this is like the second day now, so I go to jail again. My bail is $3,000 again. So I sit in jail, I bail out one more time. So now that's $6,000, right? Okay. Now I get out this time. I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, man, call this man and tell him I need my truck, or it's gonna be some problems. So I get my dad the number. My dad called him like, look, man, you need to get my son his truck. You know, just give him his truck and y'all separate y'all ways. This man called the police again. Police come to my house, lock me up again. This time they locked me up for third-party contact. In the warrant, it says I cannot have any third-party contact. So I can't tell somebody to tell him to let my truck out of there. That's third-party contact. So therefore, they locking me up again. So at that point in time, they come to my house again and lock me up for the third time. This is in a week. So this is $9,000 in a week worth of bail that I don't get back. So last time I get out of jail, I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing this time. So now it's time to take it to the streets. So you know, I know everybody. I know everybody, every type of criminal, every type of saint, every type of superhero, every type of everybody. I know everybody. So therefore, me being such a good dude, I had to put the call in. So then nobody know we lived there but me. So that night, while everybody was sleeping, somehow this man, he had a Master P Lexus. You remember that big one Master P had with the gold wheels on it? He had one of them. It was like a pearl white and sky blue. Pearl white and sky blue interior from me. Dope. It was like a marshmallow inside. It was all puffy. It was Lexus symbol. It was dope. But somehow that night, his car mysteriously caught on fire. I'm talking about the blaze could be seen from miles away. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I hear my door knock. Somebody knock on the door. Doom, 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 doom. I look out the window. I don't see nobody. I look out. Hear it again. Doom, 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 doom. Look out the window. I don't see nobody. So it's pissing me off now. So now I go to the door. As soon as I open the door, all it was, I'm just like this again. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, you under arrest. I'm like, for what? He's like, for arson. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been sitting on the couch eating chicken wings and drinking wine coolers all night. I don't know what the hell you talking about. So they take me to jail again. Now this is like 4 times in less than a week. So they lock me up. I'm in the jail. So this time I'm not bailing out. I'm like, nah, that's too much bread to be coming out of my pocket. So plus they didn't have nothing on me anyway. I watched too much CSI. So I'm sitting in jail. They come in. They do the swab test. They swab my fingers and shit and all that, trying to find some shit on my clothes or anything. They do all that. Trying to see if I any accelerant or anything. It's not going down. I am a very educated black man, and it's not going down. Therefore, I had to sit there 72 hours though. I sat there my 72 hours and they had to let me go. So they end up dropping the charges because they had no proof that I set anything on fire. So allegedly they thought I did, but allegedly I didn't, and allegedly I wouldn't, because I didn't do that type of stuff. But anyway, I got out of jail, went to my court hearing, and the judge reviewed the case. He was like, how do you guys bring this bull to my court? This just sounds like a boss and an employee misunderstanding, and therefore I'm throwing this mess out of my court. Plus, the Muhammad guy, where is he at? It seems like he's fraudulent anyway. This guy has 3 social security cards, and he's been known for identity fraud and all that. So where is this guy at anyway? Muhammad didn't show up to court. His best friend, Kingston guy, flipped on him because he was scared of being deported back to Nigeria. Muhammad was scared of being deported back to Liberia, because his father had just been, his father was, at that time it was some kind of coup going on in Liberia where the government was getting overthrown. His father was part of that government, so his father was somewhere in Liberia dead under a rock because a missile didn't hit his camp or some stupid shit like that, so he was missing in action. Kingston was just scared of getting deported, so he flipped on his partner, and me, they just let me go and said they don't want this in their court system. So at that point in time, my truck was released to me. They released my truck. The shop was closed down because it took like a month and a month and a half, and then nobody paid the shop rent, so they closed the shop down. They had the eviction on their name because the shop was in their name. So I came out unscathed, just $9,000 less money because all the money for bail, which I didn't get back because they said I violated my conditions of release. So that was a lesson for me to go in business with anybody else. You have to own your own. This man even tried to take my name. It was years and years that he had the name Mo Better Interiors, which that was my name from the jump. I had to change it to Mo Better Customs on my tax ID numbers and stuff because he was known as Mo Better Interiors, because this man actually really stole my name. So that's the story for today, which is crazy as hell. People think I make this stuff up. This stuff is real, live. It's documented. There are people that can tell you that was there when this was going on, that could tell you this is exactly what happened. So the message of today is own your own stuff. Don't go into business with nobody that you don't know. And stay away from them African dudes, because they will try to finesse you out your money because they think they're better than the average black person. So I'm gonna let that go. I holla.